Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be a little bit different. This is 5 bushcraft skills that you probably should know. We use these skills almost every single time we go camping.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Make sure you stick around for the entire video because these skills just may save your life one day.
Never know. Could get stranded out here. Could croak.
Warning. The actions and advice in this film were performed by absolute amateurs. Please consult a professional, a park ranger, or literally anyone else before attempting any of the following in a survival situation. NBXplore is not required to interact with any negative comments, but most likely will. So say as you wish, we will probably find it amusing or informative. Thank you for your cooperation.
So for number one, we're going to talk about starting a fire with just like a ferro rod, and then what you can find out here, no fire starters. I'm going to use a ferro rod and the back side of this saw here. You're going to want to line up and get everything that you need so you don't have to be scrambling around once you get it going, because it's going to be very delicate in the very beginning. Ideally, you want to start with some birch bark like this. This stuff is just paper thin. It's super dry. It's going to go right up. Then you move into your pencil leads. They will ignite from that. Move up there to about your pencil thickness. In between each step, you really want to let it burn down and really let those ignite. So before you throw those on, make sure your lead's going good. From there, we move up to about finger width. Once those really start going, then you can start throwing bigger stuff on. You really want to let your finger width burn for a little while. So this is a gradual process to really get a good fire going, get good embers, because that's going to be the biggest thing, is you want it hot. So right now we're going to show you how you want to set everything up. We're going to get a dry piece of bark, set it down because the ground might be a little damp, and then build our fire on top of that and work our way up. You're going to get you a little bundle of bark like this. I like to rub it in my hands a little bit, kind of break it up, really get the fibers to be super fine. Now before you go ahead and just strike it, you want to give it a bunch of scrapes like this. And you're going to knock all that off, and that's really what's going to spark and allow it to ignite. Now I'm going to go for my strike. So there we go. So that's on fire. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Let that burn for a minute. Add our pencil lead on. Now give that just a second. It'll start to crackle. And once that starts crackling a little bit, you know your sticks are burning, and you're gonna throw your next ones on. So now we're just gonna start to throw a couple of these guys. I'm not gonna drop them all on, but just some of the smaller ones. Start laying them on there. Get them in the flames. So once you get those guys burning pretty good, move up, move on to your finger-sized sticks. Same deal, let these guys burn for a little bit, and then you can move up to the bigger ones. So if your wood's a little wet like ours is, you're really just going to want to pay attention to it at this stage. It poured rain here for about 12 hours yesterday, so just keep air going to it. It won't go out when it's at this phase, as long as you pay enough attention to it. But like I said, you want to keep it hot, so that ember base that I built in the beginning is really just going to dry everything out and just keep this going. And this is perfectly dry in here. So we're going to throw these on, really get it going before we toss anything bigger on. By doing that, I just form a little diamond with my fingers like that. You can really direct the airflow where you need it to be, kind of concentrate it. All right, so at this stage, you're pretty good. We're gonna start throwing these guys on. And from here, you just let it burn down. You can pretty much toss whatever you want on there. And eventually it's gonna ignite because you got a good ember base. So throw these on, and that is how you build a fire without a fire starter, and start it with flint and steel.
So we got the fire going pretty good now. Wood's drying out. So now we're going to move on to 3 essential knots that you should know if you guys go bushcraft camping. But first, grab a little drink. We have 3 essential knots that are great for a bunch of different things. I bring this with me on every camping trip. It's just a little pouch that I have various lengths of paracord. So this one looks pretty good for now. And the first knot we're going to be doing is called the Evenk hitch. This is going to be a great knot for a fixed point, an anchor point that you can run your ridgeline off of. And it's nice too, because the way I'm going to show you guys, it actually has a quick release built into it, so you can take it down super easily. You're going to start by wrapping your working end around your object. So I got my working end in my left and my standing line in my right hand. First thing you're going to do, make a gun shape kind of like this. Wrap the working line around your fingers. So like that. and then you're gonna kind of do this motion. Grab that end of the working line and pull it through, creating a bite. You don't want to pull it all the way through. And then you're just gonna kind of dress the knot a little bit, like this. And there you go. This is a fixed point. I can pull on it, super strong. And then when I want to take it down, we have our tag end here. So if you just grab the tag end, now your knot's undone. Super easy. So it looks a little bit confusing, but if you practice it, you're able to tie it very quickly. Just like that. And there it is. All right, guys, so for the second knot, we're doing the taut line hitch. So we have this line here. We have a venk hitched to that tree over there. And now I'm going to tie it to this tree here using the taut line. And the nice thing about the taut line hitch is that it's adjustable, so you can adjust the tension. Okay, so same thing. We'll start like this. Get it pretty tight to start. With our working end, we're going to go over the standing line. We're going to go under and up once, under and up twice. So now you should have something that looks like this. Now you're going to come under this way and then back down through that loop you just created. Just like that. Kind of get everything into place, dress it up. That's what your taut line hitch knot looks like. And now if I hold on to the knot and pull this line, it'll tighten. And if I pull on this line, it will loosen. So now I have a line with a lot of slack in it. And if I pull like that, it'll lock in place. And now I have a nice taut line. And this is great for a ridge line for a tarp shelter or guy lines coming off of your tent. If you anything you need to adjust the tension, this is a great knot for that. All right, guys, for the last knot, this one's going to be a prusik. First thing you're going to do, get yourself like an 8 to 10 inch piece of paracord and just tie it in a circle like this. I just have a little knot here. Doesn't really matter what type of knot you tie, just tie it in a circle. And then this works best when it's going to be a thin line going onto a thicker line. It works either way, but works best when it's thin on thick. So we have our ridge line that we just tied, and we're gonna get our loop like this and go through the center once, through the center a second time, and then through the center a third time. And we're gonna pull it tight like that. If you do this correctly, your center loop that's hanging down is coming from the inside, and then this cross piece here is coming off of the outer wrap. So we're gonna cinch this up nice. And now what's really cool about this is if I pull on the loop, it's fixed. But if I grab the knot, you're able to slide it where you want. It's fixed. So this is great for hanging things or securing the corners of your tarp. A bunch of different things. This is actually a climbing knot, I believe. Climbers use this on their guide ropes to secure themselves from falling. So it's very secure and it's very easy to tie. All right, guys, for the third bushcraft skill, this is gonna be a quick tarp shelter. So we have our line that we just made earlier. We have a prusik on this end and another prusik on that end. So if you need a review on the knots, just go back, watch the knots again, come back. We got our tarp open and we're just gonna drape it over top our line that we just made.
Dude, what are you doing?
What's going on?
Do you even know what you're doing?
No, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Why are you teaching people bushcraft skills?
I don't know, dude. I thought it'd be fun to do. So yeah, just nice and easily drape your tarp over your line like that. We're gonna do roughly halfway so we have our loop. In my little paracord bag, I have a few of these clips, which is by far the easiest way to do this. So just nice and easy. I'm gonna clip one to there, clip the other end to the prusik, like that. If you don't have clips, you can use a toggle. So we got our loop here, we got our prusik. Pretty much all we're gonna do is pull our loop through the prusik like that. Take a little piece of wood, like a stick or something, and just push it through, and then we can pull on our prusik, and that's not going anywhere. Just a little toggle. So then again, the good thing about the prusik is you can adjust the tension so you can get a nice tight tarp like that. So also in my bag, I just have a few little tent stakes. If you don't have these, you can use a stick. You could use another little piece of paracord, tie it to a rock. So we'll just take the corner, pull it out a bit like that, not hit a rock. Stake one corner, over here, grab this corner. Boom. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. In literally under 5 minutes, we have a waterproof shelter. So, you know, if all you got's a tarp and some rope, you can put one of these up in under 5 minutes and be dry for the night. So, super easy. On to the next one.
All right, so for number 4, I'm gonna show you how to split a decent sized log like this using only a Bushcraft knife. First thing you're gonna wanna do is make a couple of wedges. Get 2 sticks, I don't know, maybe 6-8 inches in length. And you're gonna wanna make these into your wedges. So grab your knife and just start whacking the base like this. So just kind of chip them into a wedge. And you want it to be relatively gradual. So as you see, you got a pretty fine wedge here, like that. You want the tip to be pretty narrow and relatively even on both sides. This one isn't great. I could probably do this a little bit better, but it'll work. So the knife I use, this is an Odin Wolf Bushcraft knife. I got it on Amazon for like 40 or 50 bucks. This is really good for this. It's a Scandinavian grind, so it's incredibly durable. So I can beat on this thing. It's gonna be totally fine. Real thick blade so I can bang the back of it. You're gonna want something like this. Any knife will work, but ideally something like this is gonna be best. You can do a little bigger of a log than this, but this is what we need. You know, you're probably gonna run into this problem if you just have a saw and not an axe, which we do not have right now. So we need this to split so it burns a little bit better. Give it a couple good whacks with the back end of this. So same deal, a few hits here. Just something to get the wedge started. That's really all you need. This one I might not even need 2 wedges. I'm gonna do it anyways just for the sake of the video. Give it a tap. I'll do the same thing over here. Feed it right into that crack that you already created. Now you're just gonna go back and forth, hammer these. If you look, it's already starting to split pretty good here. So this will just take a couple. Boom. There you go. I'm gonna split it right here. We're gonna quarter it. Got a nice split piece of firewood using only a Bushcraft knife. Damn, only a Bushcraft knife. So as you can see, it is now dark out. For number 5, this is going to be how to cook over a fire. It's not quite as straightforward as you'd think if you want to do it right. You're going to want to get some smaller sticks that are really going to burn down into just hot, hot embers. The drier the wood, the better. Then we're going to sweep some embers off to the side, and that's what we're going to cook some sweet potatoes in, as well as some biscuits. We're going to cook the biscuits right on the coals. Sweet potatoes we're going to wrap in tin foil and just toss them in the actual fire. And then we're going to cook a steak. We're going to show you how to sear a steak, get a good crust on her. And that's going to be 3 different ways to cook on a fire.
We're going to get these ready first. Okay, so we got 2 sweet potatoes. 1, 2 good sized sweet potatoes. Make some holes in there. We don't need that end piece. Wrap this guy up. And we have a little bit extra on top, like that. We have a lot of coals. Like this whole, I mean, it's thick layer of coals. So we're just gonna take some of them, kind of bring them over here. Now, take our sweet potatoes. We'll lay them kind of close to the fire because these need a lot of heat. And we're gonna be turning them every now and again with the little handles like that. It's hot. It's so hot.
Now we're going to show you how to cook some bush bread. This is just the classic Outdoor Boys recipe. Just very, very simple. Yeast, flour, water. And we're going to cook this right on those coals. First biscuits going on. Set it right in the coals.
Yes, the coals do stick to it, but once the bread is actually cooked, they come right off and it's fine.
Oh, they smell so good.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
Got our biscuit, honey butter. That's good, dude.
Well, that is how you cook biscuits directly on the coals. So that is the second way to cook.
And it does not taste like ash. Like, that's what I thought the first time putting it directly on the coals, but it really, if you do it right, it does not taste like ash.
So for our third way to cook over the fire, we're going to show you how to cook some steaks like this with no pan, no griddle, no nothing, just a steak. So we stacked some rocks up here and we took some live branches just so they don't burn as fast. These are still kind of wet, so they should be okay to hold some heat for a little bit. And we're going to stack them like this, and then we're going to stick our steak right on there and get a good sear on it. And this is hot. This is warm right here. And then as the steak cooks, if we think it needs more heat, we can just stick a little bit more logs under there and get some flames going again.
Zero sizzle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going on a grill.
It's not supposed to sizzle yet.
It's not going to sizzle yet. It will, though, I think.
These sticks will take longer to burn than normal, and we can build the fire up underneath to get the sear on there. Gave them a turn. The side's looking really good right now. Oh yeah.
All right, so that right there is the third way to cook on a fire. We cooked a steak with no pan, no grill, no nothing. And let's see how it came out.
That's medium.
I'd say it's medium. Huh. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. Man, that'll do. All right, so there you have it, guys. That is 5 bushcraft skills that you need to know. We went over starting a fire, tying knots, making a shelter, splitting the logs, and lastly, cooking last night. That was our dinner for another video, so if you want to see that, we're going to have that tagged in the video as well.
So let us know in the comments if you enjoyed this type of video. I know it's not the normal type of video we make, but if you want to see the normal type of video we make, like Ben said, we're actually filming another video right now. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and comment, subscribe if you want to, and we'll see you in the next video.
Fucking brain wasn't braining.